Yo, John. Good morning. What's the story? I'm gonna send you the link, bro. I'm gonna have a moan in a minute. You get up here, and I'll have a moan in a minute, and I'll save it until you get up here. Huh? 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 How about that for you? Hey, hey, hey. Oh. Uh, you making coffee? Put the coffee in the cup. Put in some milk. Stir it around and put in some sugar. Turn on the kettle before you do any of that. And by the time you finish, if you're lucky, the kettle will be boiled, and you can just give it a good old stir. If you got one of those hot chocolate whiskers, then one of them will whisk it up and make it look like a
Yeah,
cappuccino. Yo, what's
well,
happening?
how's it going, fella? You all right?
Yeah, tell me what the weather's like.
Ah, Steve, it is fucking miserable.
Really?
It's yeah, it's
Am I
raining.
blind? Am I blind? Am I delusional? Do I not see blue skies and like 25 degrees at like 9 o'clock in the morning? Am I going crazy, or are we in different places?
We're in different places, mate.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah,
I'd explain
yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah. It's it's grey and grim in England today. No
Oh
good for
well.
me. I had plans for going out on my bike, but
You can shove them in between your fucking cycling shorts and put them on your clothes hanger and forget
that's
about
right.
that one then. That's
Yeah,
no good.
yeah. That's
I
not
hope
happening
the
today.
I hope the weather changes for you like in an hour or two. Yeah, I hope. I hope. We can
I
only but
don't
hope.
think it will. I don't think
I
it
know.
will.
But we can be hopeful.
Yes, yeah, we can. We can.
We have to be hopeful. Have to be. We have nothing
Yeah,
left. If there's no
I
hope, we
know.
have nothing.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. I know. I need some sun on my body, man. I really need it.
You be careful. People will be thinking, hang on a minute, you're not getting anywhere near my son. Do you see the size of you?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah. I'm not having my son sitting on you, boy. Yeah.
No, no,
My son's
that's
not
right.
wrestling you. My sons aren't wrestling you. They're not into that sort of stuff. Yeah. Find some girls for yourself.
Yeah,
Son, you got to be careful in England with that word.
yeah, yeah. Well, sunshine.
Yeah,
That's
that's
better.
the better phrase, sunshine. Yeah. Except everybody called their son sunshine when they were born.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Proper. It's beautiful. Did you see me
Yeah.
trying to make an arse of myself on Jack Your Body?
Well, I only woke up uh, about 8 o'clock. I was
Mate,
knackered.
if you done a rewind on Jack Your Body's life from where it is now, yeah, you would see Captain Jack doing a diamond stunt. I swear down now, John. Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
you said climbing the tree.
Yeah, I said about it, but to see it, I'd love to see it on screen. Do you get me? You know, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's like yeah, I've seen him climb trees loads of times. Do you get me? You know, but yeah, to see it in movie action, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Such
try and do
thin
that.
branches. I mean, like such thin branches. Do you get me? You know, like yeah, they're thin. Yeah.
Well, they're
It just
agile
goes.
little dogs, don't they?
Yeah,
They can do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know. Um,
yeah,
I lifted my Bob up the other day, like like you do, where
yeah.
he's on his back. Yeah,
Roll
yeah,
him on his back, blow
yeah.
raspberries on his balls. Yeah,
He ain't
stick
got
tongue
much.
up his arse. Oh, you know we don't do. No, I don't do that. You didn't do that, did you? I
No,
don't.
no, no.
I don't do that. I don't. I don't. But I don't. When he was a puppy, I remember saying to him, "Now listen, yeah, you got to be careful because if you lose balance out of my hands, I've only got my teeth left to grab you with."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but I was more to save him if he was to fold, you know, like I'd have the instincts to grab him with my teeth.
yeah,
I don't know why he's so like he just kind of like freezes, you know, like I'm not moving. You're certainly not biting me with fucking with your teeth.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
13 hours I did yesterday, Steve, at work. Fucking stressful, man.
I
Really.
hope you get paid overtime.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what are you complaining for? I mean, okay, it's
Some
English
tired, man.
standards to moan in the mornings. Do you know, like I haven't had a coffee yet.
Yeah,
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, I want to just get stoned, but I got to wait until tonight. You know, it's like,
yeah,
but yeah. So you not had
yeah,
your
man.
porridge yet, neither.
No, no. I'll be having that in a minute.
Overworked but paid. Yeah, overworked but paid. Yeah, taken for granted but paid and compensated with great access to great foods. Do you know, like yeah, you really not should be
Yeah.
complaining. You know, like
No, no,
yeah, you can't bite the hand that feeds you. Yeah, you know, like they say,
no,
do you know
no.
what, John? Right? You know that man up on the mountain. Yeah, you're gonna get fucking deported and put up on the mountain. And we're gonna bring Steve to Woke Vic and Bob and to work in our fucking shops. Give him a van to drive around in, and yeah, he gonna swap with you. Yeah, you're gonna get
Yeah.
abandoned into the desert just because you complained. You wrote into spoke up to the manager. Who do you think you are? Manager material? Okay, you're
Yeah.
employed, John. Now employ Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd do an
Well,
outlet of your. I'd set up a chain of your restaurant goods in this on this mountain, John. Yeah, I'd get all the posh shops just coming and sitting and eating. You get me? I wouldn't have to send it anywhere. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
they'd come here and sit and eat on the floor. You know, like on the floor. Yeah, you know. We wouldn't need furniture.
I
No.
doubt that, Steve. They're right posh fuckers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll clean it. Just scuff away the floor a bit like that. You know, it's there's a cleaner floor now.
Yeah. God, the money some people have, man. It's
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird how there can be such a crazy balance. You know, like or an unbalance. You know, like yeah, for the people that got monies, it balances out for the people that don't have monies, and it's a
yeah.
strange balance.
Yesterday, I delivered to a place called Chelsea Harbour. It's
Mm.
off the King's Road in um, in London. It's quite exclusive, um, like housing estate type thing. You know, you
Mm.
have to have there's big security. They got to check so you're delivering stuff and all that by the security guards and all that. And there's like a row of like 15 houses, townhouses, 15 each side,
Mm.
and 2 car parking spaces for each house, and every house, like one had a brand new Ferrari and Rolls Royce Cullinan. They're like a 4x4 Rolls Royce. They're
Hmm.
like they're like they're like 300. There was over £500,000 worth of cars, just them 2 cars, easy. Sitting there, probably around 600 grand, brand new, outside the south. You think, fucking hell,
Well, yeah,
yeah, that's like serious wealth, mate. When you got
yeah,
so, you know,
yeah.
so it's
If it makes them happy, happy days. Do you get me? Yeah, it wouldn't make me happy
yeah,
things like that. Yeah, I would. I'd be ashamed to have such extravagant toys, to be honest with you, and not putting them to potential. I mean, each one of those vehicles just for just for me to drive. I mean, like I couldn't justify that. Yeah, where's my dog's gonna sit? Do you get me? You know. At
yeah,
least, like in a sensible vehicle like what I got, you know, like it's my home. It's spacious enough to house 3 dogs. You know, it's spacious enough to house the 5 dogs when I was living with 5 dogs in that bus. Do you get me? Yeah, it was like it's a practical vehicle. I can carry my world in that fucking bus. You know, yeah, I can use it for work. I could get a lot of work if I fucking put it on Spanish plates. Do you get me? Yeah, I drive around fucking no problems. Put it on Spanish plates. Yeah, man.
But the thing is, you don't use the engine. Mind you, Mercedes engines are pretty good from that era, I think. But
Yeah.
you got to
That
keep using the engine because it will
that will
just seize
still
up.
start up. That will still start up
Oh
in
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
10 years. In 20 years, that will still start up. Yeah, if don't touch it, don't touch it now for 10 years. Yeah, that will fucking start up. The minute you
yeah,
put buttons on there, yeah, batteries on there, yeah, that's gonna start up. You get me? Mm.
yeah.
After 10 years, you might be just as well to change the belts, change the filters, the fuel, the oils and stuff
Yeah,
before it did start up. But yeah, in situations, you know, like that, just start up in 10 years. Just leave it now, and it'll still start up. The waters in the diesel separate maybe a bit of evaporation through, you know, like the up and change of temperatures. But yeah, no, Mercedes wrong button. Hey, Junior Jones. Yeah, is this a bodybuilder in the UK? This Junior Jones, yeah, fitness enthusiast.
okay, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. He sees the world for real, for real things. You know, like yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, he's somebody that in the early days, as soon as you know we reached out and communicated, you know, like he reached out on the Facebook and recognized he had free access to seeing my history. You know, there was no bullshit there. There was all fucking everything
yeah,
nice, how it was, and anything he asked me about, I'd answer him straight away. Do you get me? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
straight up, straight up. Yep.
Jesus Christ, it's driving rain now. Fucking hell,
It's raining.
it's heavy. Yeah,
Wow, that's so amazing because like miles away, yeah. That's all it is, miles away, and like such a contrast of weather. I mean,
yeah,
like I've got total opposite terrain. I got fire.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got the water elements, and I got the fire elements. But
yeah, don't
as
stop
I
raining,
look,
raining for about 3 weeks. For fuck's
as I
sake,
look
you know.
out to the horizon, yeah, I can see thick cloud, and I can just see an eagle. But I've just seen an eagle. But that thick cloud, that's going straight through the horizon from start to finish, and it gets darker and darker in your direction. So expect
Yeah,
more. Expect more.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah. You know, Africa is the start of most storms. You know that, don't you? Especially like the rain and the electric storms. Yeah, a lot of it originates. I seen it on a documentary. Yeah, where the weather starts. Yeah, and they blame Ethiopia area.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's quite an interesting environment. How that used to be luscious, luscious environment, but then they stripped all the trees and the natural lifestyle that is there. They changed it all for catering for man. The population of man. Yeah, that's beautiful. How that's one of the things that ain't pointed out. Wherever there's man, yeah, we just wipe out all the resources.
Yeah, but
No
it
matter
depends
what
what kind of man, Steve.
Hey.
Depends what kind of man, you know.
Yeah, well, we consume as consumers. We allow and we encourage. Do you get me? Yeah, if people just said, "Hang on a minute," yeah, it is all about consumerism. Why man suffers? Do you know? So like, yeah, why we got to give in to the consumer era? Do you get me?
Well, I think in Africa, Steve, life's pretty
Dog eat
brutal.
dog.
Yeah, life's cheap, you know. Yeah,
Same
there's
as South
many.
America's. When you look at the history of and the carrying on in South America's now, yeah, like the people are killing each other over fucking dustbin food. You get me? Yeah, food that has been thrown out. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like in India and Africa's and places where you got all the big dump grounds. Like people are killing each other. It's mafia torn. Like you get out in the fields and you'll pick up all that fucking rubbish. You get me? Yeah, I want all
yeah,
the recyclable goods. Yeah, and you don't get paid unless you find things.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's like recycling after it's been recycled. It's like, fuck's sake, man. There's nothing to earn. So you're not earning. You're wasting your energy living. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
We got
place I'd like to go, really. Maybe
no, not
Morocco.
unless could change. Not unless could change it. Change it,
Yeah,
encourage different ways.
yeah. Maybe Morocco, but it'd have to be a 5-star hotel.
Mhm. Any one of those countries, I'd love to go with £1 million, and just invest in the fucking forest, like just plant up forestries, like I'd love to do that until my dying day now, yeah, just plant up practical forestries. I don't mean fucking pine trees for matches, do you get me? Yeah, I mean fucking trees. Yeah, we need
Yeah,
all the old trees, we need all the fruit and vegetables, like we need those plant lives outside, not in plastic.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Same for the animals as well. Need more animals just running around.
Right.
I see a man there, yeah, he got 200 sheep and goats, yeah, and he walks them every day, just all day, yeah, from
Where?
start till finish. Yeah, he just walks them. It's amazing.
Where in Spain?
Yeah, I sees him nearly every day. He's up around the map.
What? Local to you, yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Binksy. Binksy's in the house.
No
How's
way.
it going? Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Nice one, Binksy.
yeah,
Does
yeah.
Binksy want to join panel and talk to us in the sunshine? There's an eagle. Excellent, excellent. He came closer to me. I was just
Okay.
talking about him. Can
Yeah.
you see that?
No, I can see fuck all, Steve. I'm just on the phone, so it's a bit
Right.
hard to. I'll just see blue sky.
Oh, there's a black dot in the sky, and that's what it is. That's the eagle. I'm gonna share the link. Maybe Binksy wants to come talk to us. That eagle's just there, man. I loves it.
Yeah.
A few days ago, I come walking up here, yeah, and the eagle flew up from just below my eyesight here. It almost caught me by shock, but then I recognized what it was, like quite
Yeah. Yeah.
instinctively.
Yeah.
And yeah, I recognized then it is my eagle friend.
Yeah, I did. I don't know whether it was it was definitely a wild hawk bird. I don't know whether it was a kestrel or something. It was on the next door neighbour's extension. It was massive, mate. You know what I mean? Because I thought, hey,
Good morning.
hello,
Top
Binksy.
morning.
How's it going?
It's been busy morning on here today, hasn't it?
I know, I know.
I always put Nutter on the morning. He's a good song, and
Yeah.
there's a bit of banter goes on it. Chat makes me chuckle, and then I saw that Well, actually, Ash sent me the link for Jack Your Bodies. I was watching it a little bit till he fell asleep. Well, till he heard him snoring, but
Yeah. It's
and
no
then I
good
was.
listening to someone snore, is it?
It's. Do you know what it is? It's quite a common thing, isn't it, with these long streams when people have been on all night. I mean, Michelle must have done another marathon one yesterday. She did two, didn't she? Straight off the bat.
Well, I was knackered last night, so as soon as we head hit the pillow, I was gone. She was saying, "Come up," and I just said, "No, I'm knackered. I can't speak."
Yeah. Well, once I get in my bed, that's it. My phone's down because otherwise I don't sleep well as it is. So if I get 4 hours, I'm good. Sometimes I only get 2, and then I'm having to get back to sleep all night. Do you know, like that? So I try not to look at my phone.
Yeah.
Which is just as well because this morning, obviously, there's been a bit of an issue with Gripper and that. I picked up a little bit of that on the. Was it?
Oh, that was last night.
Was it YouTube Asylum that's put it on? Have you seen it?
Oh,
the little clip.
No. I'll have a look.
With Gripper and Crinkle on Society Exit.
Yeah. Well,
where they're talking about the quiz where he's not done the quiz or something.
Yes. Well, he puts a lot of time into it. You know what I mean? He said he puts like 3.5 hours into it.
Yeah, well, I figured something had gone on in the comments in the chat this morning, and when I saw that come up, it was only a couple of minutes, and I watched it and I thought, oh dear, it's all going off last night. It must have been that new moon. It's supposed to be flushing everything out, this new moon in Aries, you know. It's supposed to be cleansing everything away. So maybe that's it. Everyone was just purging or something. How are you, Steve?
Yeah. Hey, funny you mentioned the spring new moon. Yeah, it's kind of like there's a lot of spring cleaning going on, to say the least.
Yeah, purging as well. That's how I term it. It's like same thing, isn't it? Really, spring cleaning. Yeah. Out of the old and all of that. New moons are for new starts. Fresh. Every day's a fresh day, isn't it? Really. Yeah. And it's a lovely day here today. It's blue skies. It's a little bit windy though, so it's still got the chill factor.
Are you in Spain?
I'm not in Spain. I'm in sunny northeast. Today it's sunny. They've not strayed yet.
To get up there.
That's the thing.
John needs to get up there with his bicycle.
John's coming up to see us.
Yeah, I've heard this being planned for the last couple of months, I think. Like, first time I heard you guys talking about meeting up, you'd be going to like Avebury or something like that.
Well, we went to Oxford. We met up in Oxford.
Yeah, that was a protest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as Nutter and them. Maybe we should arrange with because Nutter mentioned this morning about the going up Rosebery Topping, getting a few of us together, Torbs and that. So, and going up Rosebery Topping. So we need to organise that one as well. Maybe we should do it while you're up.
Yeah. I'll see. I'll speak to Michelle later and see what she's doing. I'm trying to get away from London for a bit, just for a couple of days at least.
Well, I sent her a message saying that I'd spoke to you about it, so because she didn't know if I had your right number or not.
Yeah. Good.
But I'm sure if she must have been up all night. I think it said 8 hours or something on the clip. You know, when I was scrolling.
I think so.
You can't She's a warrior, that one, isn't she?
Yeah.
You get a fire lit under her.
Yeah. She's a good girl. But, yeah, that's the thing with these lives. You just jump on and start chatting away, and it's just go past in no time, wouldn't they?
I know it just got quick when you're chatting on there. Like. Yeah. Because I'm just figuring out. My sister's not well, so I usually meet up with her on a Wednesday because it's a day off usually, but she's not well, and so I was going to meet up with somebody that I've met through the demos and stuff who haven't seen for a while. She's not well. So I'm just planning what walk and talk I'm going to do, where and what.
Yeah. I like last night's
And
one.
Steve, you've enjoyed my videos, haven't you? You've got something out of them. I saw your comments. I appreciate your feedback and your comments as well. I'm glad that you, if it's thought-provoking, it gets people thinking. That's all it should do.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah,
They always do.
I made that connection with you. You know, like I recognized that first time I heard you talking. You said you was from that profession, and so for me, having a personal connection with, you know, like growing up with people in that profession, I connect with you big time. Yeah, yeah. It's a touchy job, sensitive work. You know, extremely.
People just need to get to know themselves. That's all it is. But
Yeah,
sometimes they don't have the tools, and sometimes they look too far outside of themselves. And the ego is a very powerful. You're either if you're all in the ego, it's very material, isn't it? It's very outward looking.
Yeah. Like I says to people, if you don't like eating ice cream because you get fucking toothache for the next 6 weeks every time you do eat ice cream, why would you keep eating ice cream? Do you get me? You know. So for me, it's kind of like the same thing. Yeah. I've almost fucking lost love for other people's because, you know, like just all the screaming and shouting. Do you get me? Yeah. So I'm not going to continue trying to look for love when it's all about screaming and shouting. Do you get me? Yeah.
Well, I just cut people out that are negative when it's unnecessary. I'm not here to bring negativity to anybody. And I don't just roll over if somebody starts.
Do you get me?
Throwing bricks at me. Do you know what I mean? I will engage in a little bit of a battle. Well, it's not even a battle. It's just like, no, I'm not.
When you're believing something,
the right to talk to me like that is what I'm saying.
You're going to fight to the death on you. Do you know? So like, what's a few words? Do you know? Like, if it takes fucking 10 hours to keep fucking saying what you need to defend, what is it? Do you know? It's only time well spent. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Some people haven't got their own lives in order, but yet they want to tell other people how to run theirs. And I just think that's very hypocritical. Get your own shit in order. Make your own bed first before you try to make somebody else lie in theirs, because, you know, not everybody's got clean sheets, have they?
Exactly. Yeah. We'll piss ourselves once or twice, if not laughing.
Well, we're all human. We're all. Nobody's perfect, and anybody that thinks that they are is certainly far off the mark, because nobody knows everything and nobody's perfect. Accept those things, and you get on fine, because you can accept people for who they are, but you then can decide whether you want to be around that energy or not. And if you don't, then you just cut it off, don't you? You don't engage with it. It's why would you engage with it if you're trying to fill your life with peace, love, and light? I think the thing is as well, when you've had a lot of negativity and anger and animosity, or, you know, abuse, whatever it is,
it wears you down.
You want to grow out of that into something more and better, and you don't want to keep getting dragged down there just because you know you can handle yourself when you're down there, because you've come out of it doesn't mean you want to keep visiting the place with people that haven't quite made it out of there yet.
Yeah.
So I don't engage with that. I get into it a little bit because sometimes I just think, oh, for fuck's sake, grow the fuck up, or do you know, I kick myself. I think, well, you got dragged into that. But it, you know, sometimes I just think, but it just, when I get repelled by something or someone, then I turn away from it. I don't need reminders in my life that shit exists. I know. I don't need to look down the toilet when I've had one. I know it's there. I just, you know, I'll flush it away and I'll look. Get on with my day. I don't dwell on it.
I check my toilet every time I go to the toilet. I check my pee-pee for color. I check me and for texture. I check me stools for, you know, like, I check my color and textures every time I lose something from my body. Every time when I spit, blow my nose. Yeah, I always look at the
why?
because I want to know that
you're healthy.
it's just it's common health procedures. You know, if something's wrong, then I'm going to see it. Do you get me? Yeah. If and sometimes when I eat too much beetroot, for example, it's kind of like flipping heck. You know, like that's scary.
Well, yeah, but you know you're fucking at beetroot, for fuck's sake. Fucking inspecting your fucking excretions because you don't know if you're ill or not. Fucking hell, that's as like, oh, I'm looking for something to be. I know it's not a bad thing to keep healthy, but if you're keeping healthy and that, I don't know. It's not.
It's just a confirmation. Do you get me? Yeah, survival instinct. You know, as soon as you start seeing signs of differences, you need to pay attention. Yeah, and I do this because what foods I eat. Yeah, I pay attention to how it affects me. Do you get me? Yeah. Some food makes me moody, and other food makes me horny.
Well, I can't eat wheat. I can't. And the analogy you used about eating ice cream, mine came to mind about eating wheat. Well, people say to me, well, I've got that, but I still eat it sometimes. And I'm like, why would you want to make yourself ill when you know you can avoid it? I don't get that. I spent a long time being ill, not knowing what was causing it. So when I found out what was causing it, I certainly aren't going to take something that's poisoning my system. And that's what I mean about taking notice of yourself. You've got to be in tune with yourself.
Right.
And you know, and I know what you're saying about you looking at see what I wouldn't know. I know by the smell if something I've eaten doesn't agree with me, right? That's all I need to know. I'm sensitive to that, and I'm like, geez, what will that have had? That's me. But aside from that, I don't, because I'm limited with not eating wheat, I don't eat processed food much. I don't eat takeaway food. I don't. No. My diet's limited. I eat what I like, and it's mostly consists of chocolate. I must admit that's not a good thing. However,
chocolate's not processed at all, is it? Chocolate or the ingredients isn't processed at all, is it?
I just like the sugar. I guess I've got sugar. I've got a big box of chocolates I've nearly got through. But no, I mean, I like healthy food, and I think fasting is good for you as well. So I'm intermittent. I eat when I'm hungry. I don't stick to a 3 meals a day type of. I've got to have breakfast. I'll eat when I remember, or when I'm hungry, or when I'm out, or whatever I'm doing. I'm just in the flow, I guess. I've got the privilege you've got the privilege to do that, Steve.
When I hear that, am I right to presume that you know? Because for myself, right, I'll give you an example. When I'm not doing much, I don't eat much. Yeah, but when I'm doing a lot, I can eat all day, every day. You get me? Yeah, and I get strength about me, and I can keep going. You get me? Yeah, I can stay awake if I'm eating, keeping my energies up. I can continue working. Do you get me? Yeah.
No, you see, I think I'm the other way. If I'm sitting, I'll eat, because when I'm out, I'm on the go, and I'm all right, and I just keep going. And then because when I was doing the demos, we might have a breakfast, but we'll be up really early, get into wherever, London, Manchester, wherever, and then go all day. And then by the time we get back, we'd have something early evening.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of drinks during the day, coffee or whatever, but I can survive on coffee a lot of the time. But I like munching, like just nuts and stuff like that. So, but my teeth I had to get my crown put back in the other day. It fell out. I think that was eating too much nuts. Do you know?
Yeah.
But it's an age thing, that isn't it? Your teeth start falling.
What's your favorite nuts? What's your favorite nuts to be munching then?
Oh, I like most of them, really. I'm not fussed about almonds, but I think most everything else. Yeah. I've noticed these peanuts. Some of them are nice, and some of them are just really hard. You know, like peanuts were never like that, were they? Really, I don't think.
No, really, they had a crunch about them, didn't they? You know, like a good peanut's got a crunch. Yeah, not all this like you bite into them and it's kind of like biting into wax. Yeah, you got the waxy texture.
Right.
Really brittle. Yeah, and they're changing.
Brazil nuts and
But there's two
macadamia nuts.
different type of peanuts anyway, isn't there? Yeah, you got you got what they call the bush, and you got the bigger bush. Yeah, there's two different. There's two ways of
You've
growing.
got monkey nuts and those in the like. I like redskin nuts and stuff like that. I just like all. I think them all, and the mixed fruits as well. I like the dried fruits. with it.
Yeah, that's really bad for your teeth. Yeah, my cousin proved that. Yeah, she fed that to her kids rather than candies. You know, chocolates and candies. She gave her children dried fruits and stuff. Yeah, and that rotted their teeth 10 times quicker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to be careful with foods like that because a lot of the time they're
Yeah.
using to reduce the moisture, and so they're candlelized. Yeah, they're added sugars.
Yeah, I just mean like the raisins and the.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know. And they've got natural sugars in anyway, haven't they? Yeah.
Very much. Be surprising, like in survival foods. Yeah, dried fruits is one of the top rated. Do you get me? Yeah, because it has got all those sugars that you need to just switch into happiness to do things. Yeah,
I'm a big fan of dried fruits.
yeah,
They level the blood sugar out. Dates are good.
yeah.
Proper nice dates.
Figs, dates, mangoes, apple, everything dried. Yeah. Apricot freaking loves it. Grapes loves it all, mate. It loves it.
Well, I got my BMI tested at the doctor's, and she said, yeah, you can eat nuts and that. She said, don't worry about it, because they got high fat content. They say don't eat a lot of them, don't they, because of the high fat content and stuff. But I think they're better than a lot of these foods that you get.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I've got very few teeth left suitable for nuts, but I still cater for them. You know, I like them. Yeah, I like me. When I came to Morsia and they had walnut trees, you know, like in the gardens, it was like excellent. You know, like yeah, I much prefer the walnuts than almonds.
Oh, do you know what I had yesterday? Coffee and walnut cake with creme brulee ice cream in it.
Oh,
toffee sauce.
Did you make it yourself?
No, I didn't make it myself.
Oh. Could you make one of those? It's my birthday in a couple of weeks. I'd love one of those for my birthday.
I have got a gluten-free cake mix, chocolate cake mix in the cupboard though. I buy the cake mixes because I've tried to bake with the gluten-free flour and stuff, and it's just a disaster. It either just all flakes away, falls apart, crumbles, or it's like a brick. So I just give up trying with the home baking with it. But you can get the packets and stuff already.
Yeah,
just
I seen
them. Eggs or whatever.
Yeah, I seen them. They look like fun. I miss having an oven. If I had an oven, I'd love to be baking my food. You know, I think bacon's one of my preferred methods for cooking. You know, do all that roasting and cakes and pies and puddings and stuff in the oven. I loves it.
Isn't there a way of making an oven in the ground?
Yeah. There's a pizza oven there, do you get me? Yeah, but here in Spain, it's like risky having fire. You know, like one spark could just fucking send the mountain on fire. Yeah, you gotta wait in between rain seasons. You know, there's only a couple of months where we're allowed fires legally. Yeah.
No, but you isn't there a way where you dig it down into the ground to make the oven?
Yeah, you make earth ovens. Yeah. There's loads of oven techniques. Using biscuit tins in a fire, you know, like acts like an oven. Using a pressure cooker acts like an oven. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I need to consider where I'm going for my walk today. That's my priority because I'm child free. I'm going to start having the little one 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, because she was going to the nursery and they weren't looking after her properly. So
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's your granddaughter, yeah.
Yeah, the youngest.
Okay, I thought you're Some people might get confused, like you've got a little one that you only see 3 days a week.
Oh no, I'm too old for that.
Did you get me?
My little ones are big ones.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got well, one of them's got little ones. No, she's just nearly 2, and I'm going to get one of those, the push bikes that you can hold the handle at the back, and
Yeah.
you gradually take bits off them, don't you, so they can pedal it themselves. But I'm just going to get her one of those so I can push her up the hills. Just
They're good. They
go
are.
off road. She don't like being in the pushchair all the time, but she wants to get carried, and she's getting too big for that. So.
Yeah, they're too heavy.
You can get those electric cars now, can't you? That you can just put your 1-year-old, 2-year-old into, and you can remote control it going down the road. So you don't even need to push or pull, really. But the batteries on those things are terrible. Yeah, you need to upgrade to like bigger batteries so they last longer.
No, yeah, I'd rather just be able to pedal power or push power. It's easier, and you're not going to get stuck anywhere with a big heavy electric thing, battery powered thing. So. They're all right. I said to her mum and dad that she should get her one for a garden, but I think she quite like driving around.
I got a friend.
She's very independent.
He make all those children toys out of wood. Yeah, he make all them toddler toys out of wood. He do. Yeah.
They're the best.
Yeah, you know this.
My brothers used to make their own go-karts and stuff.
Yeah, I did too. I did. People on where we grew up with, we used to as well. And my daddy made a fucking couple of go-karts with engines. Yeah, they were proper. They was roll them around, toss them around everywhere.
You need
Mike
pram
and
wheels.
walk and talk on different parenting styles today. What do you think?
Yeah, it's always good. It's always thought provoking. It's they do make you think.
What was the question?
It's human behaviour, isn't it? We all share it. We might deny some of it, but we all share it. I think when you can come to terms with, I have that ability to do that, then you can put it to rest a lot of the times. Like Jordan Peterson says, if a sign of a good man is a man that knows he can handle himself in a situation, but chooses not to be aggressive in every other situation. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
That's nice. Right. Yeah, cool. I can relate.
You don't want some little pussy whipped fella that doesn't know if he's a he or she that can't even mend a pipe. You know what I mean? That's no good to a woman, is it?
Do you get me? Exactly.
You want somebody that's got your back.
Lindsay, Binksy, I can put me. Sorry, I nearly called you Lindsay. I'm seeing Lindsay driving up on the other side of the mountain. But Binksy, I'm one of those mans that could lay my hands on most tools and know how to use them. Yeah, most jobs around the house I can get them done. Do you get me? Yeah, land, sea, and I can get things done.
Hey Peter, sorry, I've only just looked at the chat. That's really rude. Part chat.
Are you looking at chat? I thought we were a generation that didn't look at the chat.
No, well, it's just nice if anybody says hello to just make sure you've acknowledged them if they're taking the time to say hello.
All the people you're greeting, my darling Peter Pope. Yeah, he's proper.
I'd rather see Horizon than your legs, like Steve. I must say.
Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah, I'm just showing off. Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, no, thanks. I'm all right. It's a bit early for that.
What the camera's focusing on? Yeah.
Get the camera up at the scenery. Get your legs out at shot. Yeah, mountain goats. I've got legs like a mountain goat as well. I'm always trotting up and down, but it's good for the physique.
Listen, if you put me and you in front of the fucking lion, yeah, the lion's gonna eat you first, right? Because I got too much muscle to be eating through, right? Seriously.
Well, I beg to differ because my surgeon can't find enough fat on me to put me right where they've removed a body part. They want to fill it up a bit, but they can't because they can't find a place that's got enough body fat. So there you go.
Wow. I know a few people on YouTube with plenty of body fat if you want to make them a donation. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't quite work like that. He said he might find some in my thighs, but he doesn't think it's more muscle than fat. I
thought we were going to start a new YouTube business. Okay. Yeah.
Do what?
I thought that was a good
I'm a real light alpha.
Start up.
Never seen
That'd
that
be
name
good.
before.
You can't hear me, no? Am I breaking up?
What you saying?
Am I breaking up? Am I?
No, you're all right.
Okay.
You're all right.
Okay. So yeah, hey Maria Light Alphas, and hi Peter Pope. Hey, John's in the chat, and yeah, and there's Peter Pope, and there's
Peter.
Junior Jones. Have you ever chatted with Junior Jones before?
No.
He's one of England's strong men. He is. Yeah, he do a lot of pumping iron. He does. He's a health. He loves his health training.
All right.
Yeah. 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 I think he recognized me from one of the shit talking channels I used to pay attention to. Yeah, I used to try and interact with them actually, like try and show them beautiful sceneries, but and beautiful adventures. But yeah, and he appreciated it, so he comes here. Oh. Where's your plans today then, Binksy? John's
What's my
going
plan?
to work. Yeah, John's going to work, complaining at his manager for excessive hours yesterday, and yeah, not enough sirloin steaks, and yeah. So, what's your plans today?
I'm going to decide. I think it's still a bit windy because the wind was really bad last night, but it's really sunny. So I'm going to decide where I'm going to walk that's not too windy.
Mm-hmm.
I think people might want to change the scenery. I keep kind of walking the dogs in the same place.
No, you don't. It always looks different to me when I watch him.
Yeah, I try to go start from different places so you get a bigger picture of where I am. But yeah, I'll try and go somewhere different today. I've got all day to amble around, and if I take the parenting styles notes with me, then that's quite a long video. But it just takes so long to upload it from my phone, and if I go on a live or anything, it burns my phone out and kicks me off anyway. So, and then it just takes hours and hours longer because I'm using my own data off my phone because the Wi-Fi in the house is ridiculous. I can't even get a signal on my other phone to use that one instead. It's so intermittent, and ever since they started with the 5G, the 4G has just gone. It's like this town's terrible. It's not. My daughter's had to get an extra Wi-Fi for her work because she's not even picking hers up on her phone in the shop. So it's I know we're surrounded by hills, but it's still, I mean, it's no excuse. Yeah, it's because of all the 5G. I think it's tampering with everything else. But I haven't got that on mine. I refuse to have that. But yeah, so I'll find somewhere nice that's a fair walk, I guess. Not too windy. I think I'll do because I haven't got that much left of my project to really do video now, so I'm gonna have to find some new material.
So it always comes to light, Binksy.
Oh yeah, there's always. I haven't come across a poem this morning. I might have a look, see what appears. That's what I do. I just see what appears to me in my phone or whatever, or when I'm looking on Facebook or whatever, things pop up and I think, oh, that resonates today, I'll use that. So yeah, and it's good to get those people out there that are creative like that, these poets, get the work out there.
I
hope they don't mind. I always do who it is, so that's all right, isn't it? Words don't belong to anybody. They just as long as you give them credit for who wrote it in the way it's written.
Yeah, I think that gives them credits, you know, like as long as you do notice is other people's work, you know, like that's important. Yeah,
I'm not trying to plagiarize it or anything. I mean, words. You say words don't belong to anybody's free to use words in any format they want, but comes with a.
You have to do. Do you know Kipling, Rudyard Kipling, Binksy? If that's my favourite poem.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but it's just fantastic. You have to do that one.
Will I do it justice? That's the thing. I might spoil it, I don't want to spoil it for you. I'll look it out. I have read it before. I think my daughter might have that one in her actual poem book, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic play on words, you know. It's just, inspiring.
I'm gonna have a look. She's got one of those poem books that a poem for every day of the year.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Some of them are just like, what? They're not the sort of poems I would pick necessarily, because I looked through it and I thought, well, it's not. I don't know where her head is when she's picked these poems sometimes, but I don't.
You know Jim Morrison from The Doors, yeah? He was a poet, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, clever lyrics. I like clever lyrics in songs. I really do. Alanis Morissette. I loved Alanis Morissette from the start.
Yeah.
In fact, that was the last music event me and Michael went to, was the Alanis Morissette, and the only reason it was delayed because my mate got me the tickets for my birthday, and because of lockdown, I think it was for my 50th, and it kept getting postponed. So eventually we got to see it in Manchester. And actually, it put things to rest for him as well, because his daughter was at Manchester. You know, when the bomb thing, I call it false flag, but she was there when that happened. So for him, it held bad memory. So it put that to rest as well, I think. So yeah, it was good. Alanis Morissette has very clever lyrics. She's either very awake or she's been through the mill.
Yeah.
Because I understood in my weird years of trying to come to terms with certain things. But it's the 22nd today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should I read you the poem from the book that's for today's poem?
Yeah, if you like.
It's a Philip Larkin's work. It's about the approach of spring. It's called The Trees. That's my thing. I should take it with me and do it out there, shouldn't I? Yes, I will. I'm not going to do it on here. I'm going to write it out and take it with me. There you go. Something to look forward to. I'm going to find a nice tree to do it with as well.
Have you got a poem that you would share with us? Or a reading of sorts?
I'll read you yesterday's.
Excellent.
I'll read you yesterday's poem, right? But actually, I think looking at it, the title is longer than the actual poem. Flowers of Moonlight on the Spring River by Yang Ti, translated by Arthur Waley. The Emperor Yang Ti ruled the Sui dynasty in China from 604 to his death in 618 with his beautiful imagery of springtime colours. This is a perfect poem to read aloud on the 21st of March, spring equinox. The evening river is level and motionless. The spring colours just open to their full. Suddenly a wave carries the moon away, and the tidal waters come with its freight of stars. That's it.
Wow.
Lovely.
That was yesterday's for the spring equinox.
Wow.
By Yang Ti. So that's a very old poem then, isn't it? If he ruled his dynasty in 604 to 618.
Yeah.
Right, I'm glad I mentioned this book, because I have actually just, since me saying no, the poems don't really suit me in that poem book, but I've actually found one. Thank you very much. See what I mean about them coming to me? My angels have mine back every time.
Cool.
They direct me. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the vessel for the information. I have nothing in me. It just comes through me. That's it. I get the credit. But actually it's nothing to do with me, is it? I'm purely the vessel. But I'm okay with that. That's all right. They give me high cheekbones to compensate.
So it's a new moon and it was equinox as well, yeah? I mean, like that's a really power moon, isn't it? Do you know, like
yes, Aries. Yeah. Aries is the new year, isn't it, really, in the terms of the old. That's John, you see. John is Aries.
Yeah. See.
What date are you again, John? You're March. You're March, aren't you?
29th.
March, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an Aries too.
Yeah.
You April.
I'm April. Yeah, yeah. I'm at the other end of the Aries. Yeah. John's what we call is in the feminine side of the Aries, and I'm in the masculine side of the Aries.
See, that's why John's got a calm, nurturing sort of voice, and you're more aggressive.
Yeah, you know this.
Absolutely, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Two ends of the spectrum, you see.
Yeah, I got a mate, right? Now we've got the same birthday, yeah, and we've always been friends, yeah, since I was about 10 years of age. She's always been my friend, right? And even now, yeah. And she says, Steve, do you know, like I'm nothing like she is nothing like the female Aries there from the beginning of Aries, yeah. But because she comes from the end of Aries, yeah, same as myself, she says, like, Steve, I see us like we're twins. Yeah, we're joined for life. We're so identical. And it's like, yeah, I know.
If you look, I've got a I've actually got a couple of birthday books, you know, where and this is why I don't agree with all these, the hospitals now seem to be forcing these babies out, right? It's time to give birth, and they're pulling them out of these women because the time's up or whatever. They did it to my daughter's friend recently. And I was like, just let her give birth when she's ready, do you know? And they really panicked my daughter about it, telling her one thing one day and another, confusing her. It's fortunate that she was already a mum, and you know, but it still worried her. And for a first-time parent, psychologically, that is harmful. What we're going on with the midwifery service. Anyway, that's another side issue. But they should just be allowed to be born when they're due.
Yeah.
Because that's the date they're meant to be. That's when their alignment is. I see it as. However, when they're born on a different day to what they're meant to be, then I guess they have more adversity. Maybe, I don't know.
I think that's naughty saying that you want your boy born on a Saturday, rather than on a Wednesday. I think that's a bit naughty. Yeah, I agree with people that practice, making babies in September or Christmas time, and they get a summertime baby. I can understand, or things like that, or people are fucking in the spring to be making babies in the Christmas time. I can understand that, but actual, like, I want a baby on this day and it has to be on this day. I don't like that. It's like them ones that want Christmas babies, yeah. So they get highlighted to be a fucking Christmas baby. I mean, like, who the fuck wants that, really? Celebrating your birthday, Christmas.
I was just careless with. And I think the angels went, do you know what? We need to ground her because she's off. She's not grounded at all. So they sent me a little one to take care of. And I always say that she was a gift from the angels, because I was on the death wish at that point. And I think that I didn't expect to reach the age of 30. I just didn't care for life much. It was a shit show from the beginning as well. Most of it from the age I can remember. So that's how I felt when I was younger. So I think the first opportunity they went, right, there you go, and I was pregnant. And I did have to consider, because I was like, well, I wasn't looking after myself because I didn't care. Do you know, I was living in Scotland. I was just, do you know.
Oh.
But
say no more. Living in
I
Scotland.
was getting a motorbike. That's what I was doing. I was buying a motorbike, and I got my flat, and I was getting a motorbike, and I was just like, yeah, I'm all right. And then that happened, and it was like, obviously I had something to do with it, but I was very drunk, and I must admit, I was very drunk.
You're allowed.
I know, yeah.
You don't have to excuse yourself.
But yeah, I mean, he's all right. He's but it's yeah, we do these things. But I do believe that she was sent to me because I kept doing pregnancy tests and they kept coming up negative, and I was like, but I haven't got my period. I must be pregnant. And by the time I went to the doctor, I went in her office and she went, oh, I haven't got your results. And I was like, fuck's sake. anyway, she phoned up. She went, "Oh, yeah." She went, "Yeah, you are." And I'm like, "Oh, right, okay." But you know what? She's the first thing she went. I don't know whether it was face or whether it was just their agenda for the depopulation. But she first straight away she said to me, "Well, you're quite further on now, so you need to decide whether you're going to go through with it or not. If you get to 12 weeks, you'll have to wait till you're 16 weeks and have induced labour." And I thought, well, there's the option laid to me before I'd even taken in the thought that I was actually pregnant. Anyway, I went home to my mum because I was in Scotland, obviously. So I travelled home, and she went, "Things happen for a reason." She must have thought, yeah, she needs grounding, that girl. And yeah, so that was obviously meant to be.
Happy days. And it's brought you many years of happiness. I mean,
do you know what? It's been the best lesson. You can't. I've learned so much from seeing my children mirror me back to me.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
what? I'm going to change that. I don't like that behaviour. Do you know, like, we can learn so much from our children if we just take notice of what they're learning from us, instead of people blame everything else, don't they? Look inside.
Yeah.
I made a deal with myself when I picked myself off the floor. But the last time I was really on the floor and I didn't want to be here, I had my two girls, and my youngest was only like a year old, and I gave myself a kick up the ass. Says, "What you fucking thinking like that for? You're the person that they're going to look up to. What sort of legacy is that to take yourself out of the equation? They're going to go, watch, we weren't good enough for you to stick around and bring us up. Like, what was all that about?" That's the legacy I would have left, being selfish like that. So I had to make a deal with myself that I was going to bring up two strong, independent, feisty women that could take care of themselves, didn't have to rely on anybody, didn't have to be codependent on anybody, and they would manage no matter what the odds. And that's what I've done. So there you go. Once you make your decision to do something, you can do it. I'm living proof of that. Living proof. And I went to the library and I read loads of books.
No.
And I put it into practice. So yeah, that's all you can do in it.
Yeah.
But it's serving me well, and now I'm sharing it with the world. If they want it, they can have it. If they don't, that's fine too.
When you're right, you're right. You get me? When you're right, and it goes right. You get me? Yeah, and it keeps going right. Yeah, when you're right. Yeah.
Well, it's what they call it. It's momentum, keeping the momentum. I'm going to do a video on that, actually, momentum. But yeah, people just want to dig me out for flat earth, but you know, the truth's the truth. I don't care what if that's what they want to focus on about me, when there's so much more to me, then that's on them, not on me, and I don't entertain it.
Yeah, well, you won't get you won't get that here, Binksy. I promise you. Yeah, because I don't do that teasing people about their faiths and religions and ways of life.
Well, if you've seen my videos, you know what I'm about.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
I have no problem with that. I take people as I find them, and people show you who they are. And when it's directed personally at me, they're showing me who they are. When it's at other people, they might have background with them that I'm not aware of, so I don't get involved. But when it's directed personally at me, then they're showing me who they are, and I then respond accordingly. And I've met some really good people, really good people.
You remind me exactly of my stepmother. Yeah, somebody who went into the care system, looking for caring for people's career orientated, more, and a big change around in midlife. That's what I see in you.
Yeah, if we don't learn from our mistakes, I mean, I get it wrong to get it right. That's been I've had a few mottos during my life, just naturally. You know, we have our own natural way of thinking, don't we? And it's like, get it wrong to get it right. So embrace your mistakes, because I'm going to fuck up every time. I go the wrong direction, even when I know I'm going where I'm going. When I've been there before, I can still take a wrong turn.
Yeah. And although my stepmother hates me, she's the best woman that is ever in my life. Do you get me? 110. 110. Yeah. She showed me.
She's probably not. She probably doesn't hate you, because people that are good don't hate people.
Yeah, well, she's turned to hate me. You know, like I spent
Maybe
many
she
years.
doesn't like. Maybe she doesn't like what you've done or whatever,
Yeah.
or where you've
Oh
been
no,
or
she.
how you've behaved.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if she is a good person, she doesn't hate you.
Oh no, she started to hate me. Trust. Yeah, when I started going public about me life's life situations, you know, I mentioned her a couple of times. Yeah, and she's made it clear she fucking hates me. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's made it clear. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I can
she's
hate the
qualified.
system.
She's qualified. Do you get me? Yeah, when you're a qualified person, yeah, and somebody's highlighting you for doing something naughty, do you know, like when you could have done something right because you're a career orientated, you know, like
All right.
yeah, you know, it's almost like sabotage of everything she's worked for. So you know, it's like yeah, she does hate me in that sense.
Well,
But I meant good from it. You know, I didn't mean to be sabotaging. I was just trying to, you know, like clarify something that I experienced in my life that could have been dealt with. But I'm glad it didn't. Do you get me? Yeah, because I've ended up the way I am. I mean, if I was put in foster care because I was getting battered by my father and she knew full about it, yeah, and she was a care worker, you know, like quite up in the chain. I mean, she lied to the school teachers and school counselors, said that it wasn't happening just so she could save her job. Do you get me? Yeah. But
yeah.
like, yeah, you know, if I'd
Well,
grown up
Steve,
in the care system, I would have been proper fucked up.
I've seen firsthand these professionals that go into people's houses telling other people how to run their lives aren't doing so well in their own lives, to be fair, by the result of the children.
Yep.
Yeah,
The children's
Yep.
behaviour. So they moral it over you while they're fucking it up themselves because they're professionals and they haven't got they're not doing the parenting thing, but they hypocrites.
Yeah. Well, that's
yeah,
exactly what I called her. You know, in that sense. Yeah. She's supposed to be looking after. Well, she was high up looking after elderly peoples, not young peoples. Yeah. So she didn't have a clue about the youth and the psychology that goes with the youth. She focused on all the illnesses that were going on for the elderly peoples. But like I said to her when I came onto YouTube, you know, like I've tried saying to her for years. But like, hang on a minute, where the fuck do you think we all end up? We all end up fucking old and with all these issues. Yeah, get a fucking put a stop to it now when we're young, when we've got an opportunity, yeah, and it might save us for the long term.
Yeah. Well, I just know that I if I could have probably set myself up as a life coach and worked independently and left their council and been all right, you know, but somewhere in me I can't charge for what I feel should be given freely because it benefits the community. So when I worked for the council and I was visiting families, then I was getting paid to do something that I felt was my purpose, I guess, because I was steered down that route in my life.
yeah,
So I felt that that was what my life purpose was to help families be stronger. And I didn't have to ask them for anything. I could just go that turn up there and help them work things out. And it was a gift in a sense. And I always used to say that I'm in a privileged position of serving my purpose and being paid for it without having to ask anybody for anything.
Mm.
And so now it's like, because of how they got rid of me, I can't get employed in that sense, but I still want to get the information out there. So that's why I'm doing my videos.
Oh wow!
very good they are. I'm just going to go and make a coffee and some porridge. Anyone want some?
Yeah,
I need to get on with my day, so I'm going to say cheerio to you because
I
need
need to
to.
walk back down to my bus so I can eat some food and drink some water.
Right, so we'll say
I've
ta
not
then.
got a lighter.
I'll probably
Yeah.
see you later. John, speak to you later. Give us a call, whatever. All right.
I've
Yeah.
come up with a dead
See
lighter,
you
so I'm
later.
very sorry, but I do have to walk down. I can leave you on, John, because I'll be back as soon as I get signal in the bus.
Well, I'm
All
going to
right.
go and make porridge. So,
I'll see you later, guys. See
Yeah.
everybody in
all
the
right.
chat.
Speak
Bye
In a
bye.
later.
bit, Finksy.
Bye.
Thanks very much for joining. Yeah, I know we got a lot to talk about. I know we do. Yeah, and it's good for us to talk.
Right. Back in 5, Steve.
Okay then. Hey. And now I get an opportunity to say, hey, Peter Pope. A bit late with the sunshine today and a bit unexpected. I wasn't expecting to walk up here this morning because I know it's not fair on it. Oh, look at that big butterfly and that white butterfly. There's a big yellow and black butterfly there. Wow, let's see how far I can get to it. I like butterflies. Don't normally get butterflies in my stomach though. Didn't get very close, but he getting closer. Hey, hey. 10 minutes ago. Last time we had any chat from Peter Pope or Maria Lighthouse. Happy days. They gave him tea cakes and jam and slices of delicious ham and chocolate with pink inside and little tricks tricycles to ride. Hang on a minute. The teacher is also a pupil, each changing places. Oh yeah, you know that. Yeah. We knows all about we're learning and teaching all day. And so yeah, like Binksy was saying, you know, like this counseling stuff. I remember saying the same thing when I came onto YouTube. You know, like I've got experiences. I'm an experienced person. You know, I've got a lot to share. I'm very compassionate. I can listen to anybody's as long as they're talking honesty. I can listen to anybody's. I can tolerate anything that anybody want to talk about. I might not be able to join in the conversation as such. I might not have knowledge on everything, but I might have compassion or you know a perspective or questions that can clarify certain things. Hey, Queen Ninja. Big up pork chops. So just to let you know, there's 7 in the chat. 7 in the chat. And those 3 dogs, they're up there. Captain, Ted, and Grizzles, they're up there whilst I'm walking down here. They just sat up there. Ted's peeking over the, yeah. It won't be long before Captain's with me. I go on walking down because I want some breakfast. Yep. I was very fortunate yesterday. Very fortunate. I was sat here doing a live explaining I'd just been eating flour and water for the past 3-4 days, and contemplating packing my rucksack and equipping the dogs to go for a long walk and just keep walking. There's another beautiful. That one's got stripes, like black and silver stripes, with a yellow underneath. There's Captain. There's Ted. There's a daisy. Yeah. Quite a big daisy. Hey, Ted. Where's the Grizzles? How long for Grizzles gets here? Hey? Before I could sneak away. Hey? Can't sneak away from you boys, can I? That's what I get to look out. That's what I get to look at from when I sit down on my bus. I get to see all that scenery. So from here, you can get to see where I sit. If you think the house is there, okay, there's the swimming pool, and at the edge is my bus. Hey, John.
Hey, all right.
Yeah,
All right, Queen Ninjas in the chat. Say hello.
Queen
Steve.
Ninja's now in the chat. I know. I already said hello, Queen Ninja.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And I said hello to
Well,
Pork Chops again. Well, what?
see blue bits in the sky, man. The clouds going. It's
You
got
can see
rain.
blue bits. That's because
Yeah.
we're hopeful, John. Yeah, we hoped
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah, that in an hour, yeah, the weather would clear and you'd be able to get out for an evening ride, at least.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're still hopeful that those blue sky, that blue cloud, stretches to a blue sky.
Yeah. I've got to go to the dogs first, man. I didn't get a walk
Oh,
yesterday.
okay.
The poor little buggers.
Oh, bugger! So they've been pissing and shitting in the garden. So you gotta pick up all that stuff. Oh, dear.
I do hate it. I do hate it. Do you know, I was getting stressed yesterday because I thought the dogs, they need to go out. You know what I mean? And I know my
I
son
do.
does it, but
I do know that.
you know, when I'm away from them, my heart,
Yep.
it hurts because I
Yep.
miss them.
Yep. Yep. My
It-
whole body. Yeah. My whole
Yeah,
mind. Yeah, everything gets disturbed when I'm not around these three boys. Yeah. Seriously. And
yeah,
more so like with the three boys. Yeah? And it's not just Captain Jack, but Captain
yeah,
Jack was there first, and I do you know, mourn for him. You
yeah,
know, when he's not around. But like freaking Ekman, you know, like these two boys, it's exactly the same. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just, yeah.
I'll
I
worry
don't
for
mind.
them as well.
Like they can run off around the mountain, as you can see. They got a lot of
Yeah,
land to be running around, right? And
yeah,
I don't give a fuck about that. You get me, yeah? But if I'm going off doing something, you get me, yeah? It's like, and they're not involved. That's not fair.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So I do know how you feel. Yep, I do
yeah.
know that. Hear that eagle? That eagle squawking.
No,
He's gonna do it again in a minute. He always does. He don't just do it once.
yeah.
He'll be for hours squawking. There.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Yeah, yeah.
I can
Wow.
see him now.
Yeah,
I loves it. I does. I was like, yeah, it's a good day. Yeah, I'm in the right place. Yeah, the day that that fucking eagle comes and tries to eat me, yeah, I know I'm definitely in the right place. No. Gets more and more beautiful. To like, you know, like
yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, it's lovely. It's better than looking at buildings in grey concrete.
Yeah.
Do you know, when I was in Kensington yesterday, Steve,
Right.
and it's a very exclusive area, but it's fucking busy, mate. You know, it's I thought this place is hell. Why would you spend millions and pounds buying a house in this area? You know, it's just fucking just a madhouse, mate. I think my days in London are coming to an end, man.
Yeah, invest in a camper van and drive off around the world. That's what I'd suggest. Or just get a hot air balloon. Yeah, save up all your farts. Yeah, make a fucking hot air balloon and set to the skies. You'll have a great life. You can't hear me, can you?
Yeah, I heard you,
Oh,
mate.
you
I
can.
heard you. I've just had a mouthful of porridge, man.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Wow, that was quick cooking.
Yeah, that blue sky poking through has given me an instant lift in my spirits, almost instantaneously, man.
That-
The sky changing. It's fucking.
Cause you want sunshine, not
Yeah,
those crazy cloudy days. You want to ride your bike and not see it collected spider webs.
that's it. Um,
Yeah.
Last summer was glorious, man.
Yeah.
I had a mate. I was well tanned up, apart from my
Yeah.
feet that were white. But
Yeah.
I was,
Oh,
yeah, man. It was just. I did lots of miles in the sun. Message me if you're watching. Do you get a lot of crickets there, Steve? Do you hear them like in the summer clicking away? Wait, hello, he's gone. It's just me. Who's in chat still? Anyone? What are your plans for today? How you feeling? You gonna have a good day or not? They must have lost signal, I think. Positive mind, positive thoughts. Always helps. And a smile on your face is also good. Sorry, I'm just eating my porridge, man. So I need to get it down me. So excuse me if I don't talk for a minute. Right. Right. I feel better now. You got to get food inside you in the mornings. You know, if you don't eat, you got no energy. Well, I don't, because we use a lot of it up. I have to eat a lot. Um, it takes time out your day. Right, I think I'm going to take the dogs out. Poor boys. They need a good run. Oh, here come the grey clouds again, man. Oh, go away, please. It's still windy a bit, though. Man, sometimes the English weather, it's glorious. It's glorious in England when the sun shines. Absolutely fantastic. Whole different vibe of the country, you know, more relaxed. When it's rainy, windy, grey, dark, it affects people's moods. Not in a good way, you know. You got to get yourself going, you know. And so I'll try and do it anyway. But the clocks go forward this week, so longer days, happy days, at least for 6 months. You all right, mate?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Funny you're talking about clocks going forward. Yeah, somebody played that prank on me like weeks ago. Yeah, so I started advertising clocks going forward. Huh. We fucking didn't.
Yeah. No. It's always nice in the winter one where you get that extra hour in bed on a Sunday, and it's just you just feel. I don't know. It just feels really relaxing. But the summer one, you lose an hour. I think it's to spark you into action. You know, you've lost an hour of your day. Got to get going. Got to move. Well, the day's gone. But then you can relax because you've got the longer bit in the evening. Right. I'm going to finish my coffee, Steve. Get dressed.
Yeah.
Take my boys out. My beautiful Scotty dogs.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm home and I'm eating cold meat sandwich. The worst processed meat I've ever eaten, but it's tasty.
Sometimes you just got to get it in you, mate. You know. Like I said, I use up a lot of energy, so I've got to eat constantly. You know.
Yep, me too.
You don't keep refilling and putting good in you, you're going to struggle. I'll tell you what, I went cycling in Spain and I got a bit lost in these where I was. I couldn't work out, and I followed this Spanish guy on his bike. I said to where I needed to go, and bloody hell, Steve, he flew up the hills, mate. I was well hanging. He was flying. I think he was doing it on purpose because he knew I was knackered, just testing me.
Yeah.
I've got about 3/4 of the way out. I couldn't hold on to his wheel anymore, so I said, "Look, mate, I'm good. And, appreciate it. You know, he said, "Go this way, and you'll be all right." But man, he went off, and I thought, I've got to get off my bike and walk. Yeah, I was you empty out quick, man, in the heat. You really do. and I was walking up this hill, and it was just the crickets and just. And I was really, I'd run out of water and everything. I was just, they call it, what's it? When you empty out, they call it the bonk. BONK. So you're
Okay.
bonking. Not, yeah, you're not. It's not a sexual thing. That's just a cyclist thing. You bonk. When you bonk, you're totally out of energy. You've emptied
Yeah.
everything out yourself, you know. And Jesus Christ, I had to. Luckily, I got to the top of the hill, and it was just basically like a coast all the way down because I just had nothing left in my legs. But I
Wow.
stopped off this local cafe, like it was just full of Spanish people, you know. And mate, I said, give us 4 cans of Coke and 2 sandwiches. Do they call it ham and cheese? I think they call it a bikini in Spain. I don't know. Have you heard that,
Oh,
Steve? Yeah,
no.
I think they call it. Yeah, ham and cheese is a bikini in Spanish. I'm sure it is. In some parts, maybe not where you are. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had to. I had 4 cans of Coke, 2 sandwiches, and I think I put about a litre of water into me as well, man.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it's tough because you've emptied yourself out. You go in deep in the red on your body, and it takes a
Yep.
while to. You got to replenish. You got to eat, drink, you know, and you think, fucking hell.
Yep.
More eat, I can't eat anymore, but you got to get it done. You know what I mean? Because you just,
Yep.
you know. But I did for that restaurant. I didn't stop eating and drinking the good stuff.
Mhm.
You know.
Yep.
I was all right the next day. I felt strong again. You know.
They told us that on the fishing boats. Yeah, you gotta eat and keep your strength up. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I was amazed, like eating 5 roast dinners, mixed grills every day. Get me, yeah. They were like, but I didn't get fat. I got big. I didn't get fat. I got
Yeah.
strong. But
Yeah.
yeah, that line of business, got into the chefing, and then I just got like fat, because I was eating stood still, like constantly eating food. Because as you're cooking, you got to be testing it.
Yeah. 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 Now you gone again, mate. Ah, here comes Mr. Squirrel. Let's go and. I'm just going to go and feed the squirrel, Steve. Hold on.
Good stuff. I just lost signal, so I just happy to be back in signal. To make a jam sandwich now. Jam sandwich. Says everyone having fun. Midweek fun. What's Maria Alphas doing for fun today? What's Peter Pope doing for fun today? For fun, I'm eating a jam sandwich, strawberry jam sandwich, but it's more like jam liquid than jam sandwich. If I got this texture jam and a donut, I wouldn't be happy. I like jam a bit thicker, a bit more bodied than this liquidy stuff.
All right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, mate. That squirrel's nearly taking the peanut out of my hand. It's coming.
Yeah.
Look through the window. You know, like
Okay.
you look through. Yeah, like you look through a window. Your two hands on the window pane,
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
One day, he may. Mind you, I can imagine squirrels being very scratchy type animals. They've got some claws on them, haven't they?
If you try and grab it, it's going to scratch and bite you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Nah. It's just
But if you just let him sit in your hand, you know, like he's not going to scratch you for that.
yeah. I've been keeping them going all winter. Two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they're making babies there, John, yeah, they're going to bring their child to you. So understand,
Yeah.
yeah, be prepared for their baby coming to you, you know, with the mum
Yeah.
and dad. Yeah. And it's the baby that you'll more than likely get more of a friendship with.
Well, I call him when he's at the end of the garden. He's sitting on the fence. I give him a whistle. Go, here you are. And shake the bag, and he comes from it, sprinting up, man. It's,
Oh, really?
yeah. They know it's me. And
He comes running to you like a puppy dog. That's
yeah,
cool, isn't it?
yeah. Obviously, I would know I've got the peanuts, so it's
Yeah. You can do that with literally any animal, John. Yeah, literally any animal.
yeah. I know.
Yeah. But that's pretty smart that you're doing it with a squirrel. A lot of people don't bother, you get me? Yeah. A lot of people wouldn't bother. But you're interacting and I like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Mm.
Do like the squirrels. I do like in all winter. I've done the bought little tiny bird seed stuff and put it out for them and all that. And there's a robin that comes down, same robin every day.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
it comes right near me. You know, and in the summer when it's really hot, I put them like trays for plant pots. They're like circular trays where you put the
Yeah.
water in, and I'm always filling them up for the little birds. And yeah, it's quite nice to see when you walk away, they all come down. You know, loads of them.
Yep. Loads of them. They all appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice. I like it as well. Yeah. Around here, I get a lot of dragonflies. A lot of dragonflies and butterflies, you know, when I go walking around the place.
yeah,
So I know the water. I hear frogs and toads. Do you get me? Yeah. Quite often.
yeah,
Especially more in the springtime. Spring
yeah.
and summer, I hear frogs and toads. So there is plenty of water here somewhere for those life beings.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I've seen frogs or toads, yeah, these Spanish toads. I've seen them nearly as like not far from my bus up here. Like, and as far as I'm aware, the only water is like fucking way down the bottom there, and in the valley, you get me? Yeah. So they hear frogs up here. There must be rivers in the finding vent hole, surface holes.
Right, Steve. Got to
Done.
fly, mate.
You go
Busy day.
bacon
I've got
bob
fucking-
calling.
Yeah. I've got to sort out what's going on with work. I was supposed to be off today. I'm just doing a favour
Oh,
to someone I work with who's just been made a manager of a shop in like posh bit of London, southwest London. So she's trying to make a good go of it, you know. So
good stuff.
she's good, you know. Right. Been a pleasure to speaking to you, Steve. As always, have a nice day,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah, you do.
Yep. See you later, mate. Good luck.
Nice one, John. In a bit, John.
Cheers.
Rubbing it for a cheese. Cheese. No, I'm happy with jam.